Host? Yes, that's both teams. Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it up.
Do it up. All right, so it's going to be on Ilios. This is going to be an assault map in the wonderful land of Greece. Haven't been there for a long time.
Looks like a nice place.
Yeah, dude. Everything's painted white and blue. It's all about that Mediterranean, getting that lamb on.
Yeah, and I could go for some Mediterranean food, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Getting a kebab, having an ouzo.
Please.
Yeah.
So hungry.
So see teams starting to flesh out here. Looks like Team's DragonStrike's going to get Izanagi, my bad. Going to be there on Lucio with Otterus on McCree, Berserker on Mercy, Big VN on Roadhog. I love Roadhog. He's my favorite tank. So love me some hooks. Good to see Stitches making his way into another game.
Yes, indeed. Fleshing it out with Farah for Otterus and Shock on McCree. Actually just swap in there at the last moment.
There.
Odesired on Zarya.
So Zarya again is an off tank. No Shock there, but we're seeing a little bit different here from Siliconart. Haven't seen too much of Diva, and it's good to see her come back here with Solvor as the main tank. Ant-Big Bro as the Junkrat, who haven't seen heaps of either. Vatslash on Lucio, who we've seen every game. Addictive G on Farah and Potter on that Soldier. Let's get into it.
Yes, indeed. This is a hard spot to defend, let me tell you, because you're whoever's down in the middle loses the defender's advantage of the high ground, and it is tough to stay alive sometimes. But so far, so good for Siliconart Gaming, seizing that point right away. When it unlocks, they will be able to get hopefully a capture on that very quickly. Just trading blows so far. Diva actually getting very close to going down there, forced out of her suit already. And Zarya on DragonStrike.Esports actually getting very low there for 1 second as well.
Yeah, it looks like DragonStrike.Esports are actually going to lose the point here. It is initially going to be captured by Siliconart.
Oh,
but they have not. Oh, they're back already. They're going to get it back, only letting them take 8% before they take that low ground. So, like you said, Zeph, really well brought up that the low ground is actually very tough to defend on this map. People like Farah, like the big lobby heroes like Zarya and Junkrat can actually just lob bombs into it. All sorts of tough business. And actually, the Diva ult is quite strong on this map as well. And
yes, absolutely.
There. Actually, Diva muscled out of his suit already again, and Siliconart needs to back things up again. There's a res there from Mercy bringing up Izanagi. Lucio, very important. He has his ult. There it is.
Oh, very good. Gets back in the suit there, does Diva, but unable to contest the point by herself, does lose the suit already and turns into squishy mode, eliminated very quickly. Lucio going down, as well as Reinhardt. Suddenly, DragonStrike.Esports looking very, very strong. They've got 3 ultis ready, including 2 McCree ones when the team regroups and comes back.
Actually got 4 ults now, 2 McCree ones with Zarya's wombo combo, and also Roadhog's whole hog ult, which is actually quite handy on the later versions of this map with the well, where you can knock people off into the environment.
Oh, yeah.
And there's McCree getting a couple kills there, and they are muscling back Siliconart. Siliconart have... they're in a really awkward spot amongst the buildings where it's very tough to get any combos and big amounts of splash damage done to the team.
Already we see a couple of swaps come out here. We've got a Junkrat and a Genji now on the team for Siliconart Gaming. They need to start eliminating some of these other guys to be able to push through. They're actually muscling straight onto the point, using Reinhardt as a point to hide behind with that shield there. But the Zarya ult goes off and pulls them all into the middle. Unable to capitalize on that, though.
Yeah, no finisher there, unfortunately. There's the nerf the big self-destruct there from Diva. Does actually get 1 kill, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. It actually looks like DragonStrike.Esports are just really sitting pretty here to take this first round.
Yeah, the pickoffs are great. Both McCree's doing a lot of damage, and with the double support and Roadhog Zarya, it's just too hard to take it off him. Already, there it is. Round 1 is theirs.
Tis indeed. So that was a reasonably one-sided round there for DragonStrike.Esports. Some showings of promise here in the early game for Siliconart, but they could not capitalize in the end there. Seemed like maybe possibly not as synchronized as a team. Like the ults were sort of being thrown out there, but not in combination with the others, sort of thing. Like, you know, getting that Zarya ult without Junkrat being able to... sorry, not Junkrat, without any of the big splash damage finishes. Anyway, we're on the next round here. Will it be the final round? It is up to Siliconart to tie this one up.
Yes, indeed. And this is an awkward point to defend. This is the point where all those knockbacks are going to be super helpful because you can knock people off the edge. So keep an eye out for any sort of Roadhog or that kind of thing. Already Potter picked off a Soldier 76 very quickly there, but Zarya also falling for DragonStrike Gaming.
That's right, we've got the Roadhog here of DragonStrike doing a little bit of damage on the side. He's a little bit alone though. He's taking a lot of damage. Oh, and he does get muscle off. Looks like some environmental kills going down already with that base boost of Lucio, pushing some people off. The big VN is being very, very bold here with this Roadhog, really trying to press the issue and not letting them capture it. With the Zarya shield, it can actually get right up in their faces.
Oh man, the defensive capability is actually just so good with the double healers in there, causing people to pop all over the place. Reaper going down very quickly as well. Not got a lot of health left, needs some healing from a Lucio, but they're not there in time, and there's a Junkrat ult out of somewhere, but does get taken out before it can actually come to fruition. And
it was kind of looking like Siliconart was going to take the point there, but DragonStrike.Esports got another thing to say about that. They've muscled them off again, not even letting them get the capture, and starting to get those ticks up there for that team, and they have a lot of ults to burn as well, and some scary ones too. Deadeye on McCree. Izanagi can drop that ult as well if he needs. I don't even know if they do at this point. They are they're locked in very, very nicely here. And here comes Siliconart for another push.
Reaper coming in from the side, seeing if he can get some pot shots off. Potter gets taken out by Shock, though, very, very quickly. Reaper still also dropping super fast. Junkrat taken out as well, leaving D.Va and two Lucios. D.Va next in the firing line there. They're going to have to regroup once again. It's just so hard to get into this room. They've got on lockdown, going for the ult there with the pop on the thing. Only takes out one McCree.
Yeah, just one McCree. Does get the mech back, though, so she can sort of, be annoying, shift in there a little bit. A Zarya ult coming in. Is it super effective? Not really. It got one Lucio there, maybe both Lucios, but the ults are actually keeping both teams alive for the most part with their shields, but Odesire, the off-tank, is off there for Dragonheart, and they've lost one Lucio, so a little bit of their survivability has been taken out here, and Siliconart are going to recapture the point.
Yeah, about time they gained some ground here. I mean, it's been a hard road for them. Can they hold on to it, though? Because I feel like the sustain is not quite the same as DragonStrike.Esports is here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. Maybe they could swap out a hero or two. But here we go. DragonStrike coming in from the right-hand side of the building, looking to get on that point straight away. Zarya and Roadhog running straight into the middle. Do get demolished, though.
Yeah, a big shredder of damage there from Siliconart, and they do hold it. Starting to get the ticks up there. A very, very close game so far. They're really holding. It was such a strong showing from DragonStrike.Esports in the early game, but looks like Siliconart starting to get astride a little bit.
Yeah, but already DragonStrike swapping out a McCree for a Junkrat instead, trying to get some bombs going off in that room. See if they can flush them out of there, because then that's really when they're going to be able to pick these guys off the best. Otaru's actually moving very far out here towards Vaslash. Oh my god, almost butchered that name. And well, I think they're actually holding on to this point quite well. No one's really dead except for one Lucio just yet, although they are starting to get a few damage points on them.
Oh, nice plays here by Siliconart, the D.Va on their team, muscling people back, sitting in that corner and doing a lot of damage. There's that ult, and she's going to have to get everyone to clear out here, which gives them a bit of time to try and reinforce here. They are very, very low. Epic Bird is down. Siliconart's still alive with that mech, and she's being very annoying, shifting around, bullying everyone back, knocking them down. There's the ult from Reaper.
Oh, incredible. Oh, it does take out two people, and combined with the endless fire from D.Va there in the corner, which, by the way, great positioning by her as well. It's just too much. There's too many bullets flying around in that room. They couldn't make it happen.
That's right, and Siliconart is looking very, very good here. They were actually just about capturing the point. Oh, yeah, there it is, but he does not actually seal the deal there for DragonStrike.Esports, and Siliconart are going to tie it up 1-1.
About time we got to a game.
We got a series. Goodness
Finally.
Gracious.
This has been a good one so far.
So it's not actually just King of the Hill maps. We've had some Escort the Payload maps before, and we've had some point capture maps before. It's just that this is, I guess, what's been drafted as a map for this round. So it's been a different map pretty much every time. We had King's Road, like nothing but King's Road at the beginning of the tournament. So there's a good selection there. So don't call it too early out there in Twitch land, guys.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's see who can seal the deal here for the third map. Same picks for DragonStrike.Esports with the difference of a Winston over Zarya here, swapping that out for a bit of better engagement capacity here. Similar composition for Siliconart Gaming at the same time. Gotta watch out for that well.
Yeah, the well actually is really well brought up here because with Lucio, with Roadhog, with those hooks, you can actually get some very easily environmental kills. And there's a hook there from Roadhog. Wasn't lined up with the well though, so he's just pulling it back, doing a lot of damage to Sylvia on that Lucio. And it looks like DragonStrike.Esports again showing how strong they are, getting that early game advantage over Siliconart, and they just have too many bodies on the floor here, and they're going to take the point to start things off.
Yeah, both trading a lot of blows there, but. Yeah, it definitely looks like Siliconart not quite able to get the ball rolling just yet. If we get some nice pulls off across that well, we could see a couple of well deaths. I mean, those are the most sad deaths to watch, but they're also very entertaining. Let's see how they go here. Big Vin actually taking a lot of damage there, getting healed up very quickly. Soldier 76 and Reaper falling for Siliconart though.
Yeah, they are indeed, and everyone, just one person, Berserker the Mercy, is not on fire here for DragonStrike.Esports. They are getting their job done. The tanks are doing a great job. The DPS killing everybody. Shock doing a good job, picking off people as well as McCree. And once again, Siliconart need to try and get back together and get stuff done. But there's a big hook there, already taking out one of the DPS. There's a big ult there from D.Va. Will she pick off anyone? Everyone's run and hide, so no, she won't get anyone with that self-destruct. Suiting up again. She can actually muscle people into that well, but hasn't managed to do so just yet.
Yeah, it's been a bit tricky. I'd actually like to see them swap out Reaper for someone. Oh, Junkrat getting taken out very quickly there. Big Vin also about to go down, but he is getting healed up by Mercy. Nice catch there from Berserker.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, they're really strong game so far of DragonStrike.Esports. This Mercy is out of position, to say the least. She gets picked off immediately there by Shock. I'm not sure what she was. She was probably just rushing in there to try and get a big res. She had her ult, but didn't manage to capitalize there. Does mean they're without her for this push, though.
Yeah, Siliconart and Anti-Big Bro are running in again, but they're kind of all scattered around, and it's very hard for them to come in as a group. Junkrat ult goes off, but does get taken out before it can even pop. And DragonStrike.Esports just holding the other side of this well here. Yeah,
this is actually Siliconart's last chance to get this point back. This is looking like DragonStrike.Esports are going to take it for a 2-1. Very close here for them to be able to take it away. Only a couple left here from Siliconart. DragonStrike picking them off. Big VN has done a great job as Roadhog in this game, taking out all the people. There's that last ult here from Siliconart. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Actually killed herself.
A bit rough there. Overtime does almost run out. They do contest the point just in time. Had a couple of hero swaps to Farah, to Junkrat in place of the Reaper that they had before, but still they're struggling to counter this. There we go. There's the point pop.
It is indeed, and that is going to be the win there for DragonStrike.Esports, and unfortunately Siliconart couldn't seal the deal there, but we did at least get our first 3-game series.
We sure did. Oh, wow. That is a very cool animation right there. There we go. Gonna pop this Mercy very quickly there. Now switching around to the Junkrat.
Yeah, easy
down
peasy.
it goes.
Look at that.
Oh, man. Very nice plays there.
Very nicely done. He held left click better than most.
Yes,